शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. In Sanskrit, we call that energy as Kundalini Shakti. All of you, by your very nature, bring that energy when you land on the planet Earth. When you land on the planet Earth, you bring that energy, you bring that power, Shakti with you, which is responsible for your physical, mental and spiritual well-being. When that Kundalini is alive in your body, you will carry the physical health, means anything you digest, anything you put inside will be completely digested. You will carry a mental strength, anything you see, you will be able to completely understand. You will carry a spiritual strength, anything you see or hear will not affect your inner space, inner silence. If you are living in that state, your Kundalini is alive. If there is something is missing in these three, then your Kundalini needs to be awakened. Most of us don't experience more than 2-3% of the Kundalini Shakti in our whole life. Even science says we use only 13% of our brain from birth to death. Remaining 87% returned unopened. We don't touch. From the birth to death, we use only 13% of brain, 13%. Same way, the inner potential energy which we carry inside us, we use hardly few percent from birth to death. When you enjoy some intense pleasure through these 5 points of the body, you experience 1% of your Kundalini Shakti inside there. Where the scenes meet the eyes, that's 1 point. Where the sound meets the eardrums, where the smell meets the nose, where the taste meets the tongue, and the genital point. These are the 5 points. You experience only 1% of your Kundalini Shakti. That is what you call physical pleasure. Pleasure is not from the object. When the objects are coming in contact with your senses, your own inner Kundalini gets awakened. That gives you the idea or feeling of pleasure. Very rarely, people experience the 6th Kundalini point, 6th pleasure point, when you are in really love with some object or some person or some place or some situation. The center of the heart, you will feel a deep pleasure, kind of deep fulfillment. That's the 6th point of the pleasure. 5 points, all of you know. In Sanskrit we call Panchendriyas. 5 pleasure points. Usually, if you have a human body, you will experience pleasure in these 5 points. The 6th point is experienced rarely. A person who experiences love, he experiences the 6th point. Of course, there's a 7th point. 7th point is experienced when you experience the first level of Samadhi, a strong spiritual experience. That is experienced in this whole belt, below the heart center, above navel center. This whole belt you will feel an intense excitement, and you will feel that whole life is good, whole life is auspicious. Whatever is happening inside and outside you is auspicious. That very rarely happens. If you have not experienced it, you have not experienced it, that's all. It is not a regular feature of our life. But this first 5 point is usual point. Usually you experience the Kundalini Shakti in these first 5 points as a pleasure. 1 unit of the Kundalini Shakti you experience. Through this program, I am trying to help you to experience at least 20% of the Kundalini Shakti. Patanjali, father of yoga system, gives many wonderful techniques to awaken this Kundalini Shakti. We will work on one process today, one technique. He calls this technique Samyama, means integrating your whole mind on one truth, centering your whole being on one idea. Mind as we are carrying, as it is nothing but self-contradicting thoughts. Please understand. Our whole mind is nothing but continuous self-contradicting thoughts. 1 inch this side, 1 inch this side, 1 inch this side, 1 inch that side. Continuous self-contradicting thoughts. Very beautifully Kathopanishad describes. Human being is human body is a chariot, and the 5 senses are the 5 horses. Your mind is a charioteer, is a driver, and the buddhi is the stick to control the horses. But the big problem is all 5 horses are running in 5 different directions. If you look inside, that is what we are. Intense number of self-contradicting thoughts, intensely self-contradicting, every moment contradicting itself. If you just look inside and see what is going on, if you can just transcribe for 5 minutes and see, just like this Dragon softwares, or the medical doctors are using for transcription. If you just transcribe whatever is going on inside without editing, for 5 minutes and see, you will see literally a madhouse inside. Suddenly, your mind will say, I should go to India, but a long time I did not go. No, I should not go. I should go in December and do this Naratnik program and so on. No. I don't want to do any more meditation program. The whole day I have to sit with closed eyes. Suddenly you will see, I don't know what happened to my pet in the house. There is no logical connection. And many times you will see, there will be a thought and the next thought will be completely contradicting the earlier thought. If you decide, let me get into the car and drive, the next thought will be, who knows, there may be some accident. I may get into some accident. The next thought, no, God will take care. The third thought, what to do, I have to go. If you just look inside, I am giving you one of the examples. If I have to give one more example. For example, if you see a dog in the street, suddenly you remember your pet with which you grew up in the young age. Then you will remember your young age. Then the teacher under whom you studied in the young age. Then where the teacher was staying. Just the thoughts will be moving. There is no logical connection between the pet you saw, the dog you saw in the street, and the teacher under whom you studied. Suddenly you will see in 2-3 jump, your whole mind will move to that corner. There is no logical connection. Mind as such is full of self-contradicting thoughts, dilemma. Please understand. The more number of self-contradicting thoughts, less aware you will be. Less alive you will be. The more number of self-contradicting thoughts, more you will be depressed and you will be living on matter. If too many self-contradicting thoughts are there, you will feel you are just a dead matter. The difference between stone, plants, animal and you is number of self-contradicting thoughts. That's all. In stone, 100% self-contradicting thought. That is why it can't move in any way. It is dead, filled with inertia, tamas, matter. Maybe in the plants, 80% self-contradicting thought, 20% free awareness. That is why 20% life is radiating in the plants. The animal, 60% self-contradicting thought, 40% life, awareness. So it has a freedom. It's living. In human being, maybe 50% self-contradicting thoughts and 50% life, awareness. If you are first time in the human body, it will be 50-50. If you have lived in the human body many more times and tired and bored, suddenly you will see because of your maturity, just because of your maturity, the self-contradicting thoughts will come down. If the self-contradicting thoughts are coming down means the awareness, consciousness is increasing. If your self-contradicting thoughts are just 10, 90% of you will be alive, aware, free. This kind of being only I call as Jivan Muktas. If your self-contradicting thoughts come down, your awareness will be awakened. Your Kundalini Shakti will be awakened. If your Kundalini Shakti is awakened, the self-contradicting thoughts will come down. Both are closely connected. Now, through the Patanjali's technique, we will drill one idea into your whole being and integrate all the self-contradicting thoughts into it. Do not allow any other movement, any other waves in your mind, centering it completely. Centering completely. Please understand. It's like a small fires merging into forest fire. If you create one thought intensely in your being, completely if you center your whole mind on that one thought, suddenly you will see all these small self-contradicting thoughts will disappear into it. It will get integrated into it. Integrating your whole mind into one idea will awaken your Kundalini Shakti. You can see in your life. Sometimes rarely, if you are very seriously concentrating on one subject, or reading a book, or intensely thinking, planning, preparing your presentation, you will see the spine, you will see a kind of a juice flow, very mildly. That is the glimpse of Kundalini experience. If you are intensely concentrating, you will see a kind of an energy flow in the spine from roots to the crown. That's the Kundalini experience. Very rarely, of course, because it's a very mild experience, you may not have noted it. But if you observe next time, if you are intensely concentrating and working on something, you will see that Kundalini energy flow. Please understand. All creation, innovation happens only when your Kundalini is awake, not otherwise. If your Kundalini is not awakened, all your patent is only cut and paste patent. It's not creation. It is not, whether it is outer world or the inner world. Only when your Kundalini is awakened, any new things can be expressed through you. Any creation can happen through you. Any innovation can happen through you. Awakening this Kundalini Shakti brings you inner world and outer world fulfillment. Any thought with which you drill yourself and integrate all other self-contradicting thoughts into it, that thought will become reality. That thought will manifest itself. If the thought is, let me have wealth, you will have wealth. If the thought is, let me have health, you will have health. If the thought is, let me have beautiful relationships around me, you will have beautiful people around you. If the thought is, let me become Jivan Mukta, you will express enlightenment in you. Whatever thought you pick up and drill yourself and integrate all the other self-contradicting thoughts into it, you will see that thought automatically manifests itself in your life. Automatically, you will find out the ways, methods, route for the goal. It will reveal itself in you. Any goal you constantly cherish will bring the path to you. If you are constantly thinking about money, simply you will see all the things necessary, the path, route towards the money will be revealed to you. You will automatically attract. Sometimes people come and tell me, Swamiji, the day I started reading your books and started seeing your discourses on YouTube, from that day somehow, from many sides, I am getting right friends, I am getting a lot of spiritual presence, gifts, books, I am seeing a lot of spiritual people. Someday I think the whole world is becoming spiritual. Tell them, no, you are becoming spiritual. Please understand. When you became, suddenly your whole surrounding gives you the feeling that everything is spiritual. If you are constantly thinking about money, naturally you will go for that kind of friends. You will go to that kind of parties where people are continuously talking only about shares, nothing else. And if you are interested in something else, even if somebody talks about shares in the party, you will say, no, I am not interested, you will just move out. You will be searching for somebody with mala to talk, to feel connected, to feel entertained. Whatever you cherish intensely, integrating all your self-contradicting thoughts will become reality. Please understand, will become reality. That thought will become reality in your life. Now, through this process, pick up any one word. Either let me become completely fulfilled, let me become Jivan Mukta, or let me have wealth, let me have health. Anything is okay, but one idea. Do not pick up, let me have health, wealth, prosperity, friendship, and then enlightenment. No. If your mind jumps from idea to idea, the samyama will not happen. Please understand. The centering does not happen. Pick up any one idea, any one truth. Let me be fulfilled, or let me become Jivan Mukta. I can say it's a complete comprehensive. It includes everything. It includes everything. Whether you want brinjal or potato, or want a TV, or good relationship, or wealth, or health, everything includes that fulfillment, because the fulfillment fulfills everything. Pick up any one idea. Maybe let me be fulfilled, or let me become enlightened, let me be Jivan Mukta. Drill your whole being with that one thought. With that one thought. Today, you will enter into the process. I will initiate into the process. Next 21 days, just next 21 days, constantly entertain this one thought in you. You will manifest it. Please understand. Constantly entertain this one thought. Integrate all your self-conflicting thoughts into this one thought. Let your whole being vibrate with that one thought, one idea. Don't think, how can an idea become reality? It's after all my imagination. No. Your whole life is nothing but what you imagined a few months or few years earlier. Whatever is your life now is nothing but what you imagined, what you fantasized, what you thought about, what you cherished few weeks or few months or few years earlier. That's all. So what you cherish now, what you imagine now, what you meditate, contemplate now will become reality in few years or few months. Just next 21 days. You may think, why 21 days? For any idea to become experience in you, it takes at least 21 days. See, the first 7 days will be struggling period with any truth. The second 7 days will be practicing period. The third 7 days only will be experience, miracle zone. If I give you an example, how whenever we start practicing any truth, how we go through a struggling period, practice period and miracle period, experience period. For example, one truth. If I am non-violent towards everybody, the whole world will be non-violent towards me. This is the truth. When you start practicing, the first 1 week it will be a struggle. No. I will be non-violent outside, but inside I will not forget this fellow. I will be non-violent with everybody else, not with my boss and spouse. These two have done too much to me. One behaves like a spouse, the other one behaves like a boss. Of course, sometimes different. Spouse behaves like a boss expects all the things. Struggling period. You will not be able to really carry that non-violence in you. At that moment, you need more technical knowledge. Technical knowledge about this great truth, these spiritual truths. Next, after a week, the practicing period. That time, alright, even if I carry the hatred inside, only I am going to suffer, I can't do anything. Neither I can do anything with the spouse, nor I can do anything with the boss. Let me forgive them. You come to terms with it, reconcile. Honestly, starting the practice, living it inside and outside. That is the practice period. After that, you will experience a kind of period. You will really see the miracles of your practice. Like, you are facing a very serious problem. Somebody is going to really harm you, hurt you, disturb you. But you go with the same deep, non-violent mood. The deep, non-violence mood to him in front of that person. Your very aura, your very strength of non-violence, your very power, intensity, your very presence suddenly turns that fellow around and everything goes well. He's so smooth, so relaxed, so beautiful, so respectful towards you. The whole thing goes in a very peaceful and blissful way. When you see this kind of miracles, please understand, it really happens. When you see this kind of miracles, one or two miracles, you will have strength and courage to practice these truths. When you have the strength and courage to practice the truths, you will have more miracles in the life. It becomes virtuous circle. More miracles in the life brings more courage and strength on the truths. Then the courage and strength towards the truths brings more miracles in the life. It becomes just virtuous circle. Just like vicious circle, it's called virtuous circle. It becomes virtuous circle. Master is responsible to help the disciple pass through all these three stages. In the practice, in the struggling period, you need more technical knowledge. In the practice period, you need technique. In the miracle period zone, you need is support, conscious support, energy, blessing. Only when you go through all these three stages and start experiencing the virtuous circle, you are initiated into enlightenment. After that, no return. You enter the zone, a non-return zone. After that, there is no fear. That is why I always tell people, any technique I give them, tell them, just do it at least for 21 days. Same way. Any program I do, I always see that it is done for 21 days. At least 21 days. Sometimes people ask me, Swamiji, why don't you reduce your inner awakening? For 10 days we will come. Every once in 3 months I do inner awakening program in India, 21 days program. Of course, in this country the vacation is a big problem. Even if God comes, he has to come in the weekend. He has to come in the weekend. Otherwise you tell, no, we'll get back to you later on. Give your mail ID. What to do in this recession? If you tell somebody you may die in few days, I don't think people will be that shocked. But if you tell them take a vacation and come for the program, they are shocked. Really shocked. No. People ask me that, Swamiji, why don't you reduce it 10 days, we will be able to attend. 21 days is too much. I can do 1 week or 10 days. But what will I do? I will leave you in a struggling period or practice period. I don't want to leave you there. I don't want to leave you there. See, this weekend workshop, 2-day workshop and all is good. Good beginning. But it will not seriously deliver the strong transformation. That's why last week, maybe from this year onwards, I stopped taking these weekend workshops. I don't want to do any more weekend workshops. Because these weekend workshops are like a 2-day inspiration. Everything goes well. After 10 days or 20 days, if you see, they are back to the same state. I have seen the darshans people bring lists what all they wanted. The last enlightenment also. There will be some 25-30 things in the last enlightenment also. Going to a master for some healing is nothing wrong, but just stopping with that is something wrong. Just stopping with that. Not, I always say to people, healing is what you want from me. You want to have from me. Jivan Mukti, enlightenment is what I want you to have from me. Having healing is nothing wrong, but just stopping with it, not receiving what I want you to have from me. It's like going to a king who is ready to give diamonds and gold or anything you want. But when he asks what you want, you say, no, I want 10 kg brinjal, 4 kg carrot. Nothing wrong in 10 kg brinjal and 4 kg carrot. But coming back just with it is something is seriously missing. Many times we miss it. That is the reason nowadays I started doing only 21-day workshop. Anybody wants, let them have a complete transformation. That, see, if you have the just physical healing without transforming you, you will have the healing, no doubt. But in 2 years you will bring that same disease back. Because the mental setup is not changing. So naturally you will bring the disease back. This kind of people only I call them regular customers. When I come to that city, they will come for healing. And by the time I come next time after 2 years, they will have brought the disease back and they will come again for healing. I will have my regular customers, that is different. But when are you going to completely stop attracting the disease? only the inner transformation, complete transformation, will stop attracting the diseases back. So next 21 days, decide strongly, continuously entertain this one thought, drill your whole being with this one idea. Decide next 21 days, no entertainment, no TV, cinema, party, outing, newspaper or internet. Whatever time I get apart from my work and household duties, I am going to continuously sit with myself and drill myself with this one thought. 21 days no TV. Try, understand. Entertainment is the worst conspiracy done against humanity. Please understand. Entertainment is the worst conspiracy done against humanity. If you try for 21 days without entertainment, you will see what big, tremendous transformation happens in you. See, when you don't have any entertainment, you will have to sit with you and you will reconcile with your past guilt and the future stress. You will completely come to terms with you. You will find peace within you. The only thing which is stopping your enlightenment is entertainment. You don't need to renounce anything else. You don't need to renounce your wealth, your bank balance, your house, your wife or your kids. Nothing needs to be renounced. Just give up entertainment for 21 days and sit with you. You will see the depth of transformation. Superficially, it may look very simple. What? Just entertainment? What is there? Just sit with you. Without having just these 21 days, next 21 days, you will see how much time you have with you. You can reconcile, come to terms with your deeper parts of your being. There is so much of subconscious and unconscious, suppressed, unattended files heaped on your table because of your entertainment. See, each suppression you are suffering, each repression you are suffering is nothing but one unattended file. You don't have time because you are entertaining yourself with something else. Because the files have become too much, you don't want to get into the office at all anymore. After 6 months, 1 year, you are afraid to get into that room. Too much, better dump it. Let me be the living room itself. You don't get into the deeper areas of you. You just dump it and lock. You are scared of that room. Many of us are scared of our unconscious. Why? Too many unattended files are lying down. Neither you have time nor interest to attend them. Clean table is what I call completely reconciled person. He is peaceful within himself. He can sit in the flight without sleeping, without reading any magazine, without watching TV, just with himself in Zen. Zen means Dhyan. The word, Sanskrit word Dhyan became Jan in Chinese. When it went to Japan, it became Zen. You will be just sitting in Zen. Whoever can sit with himself in Zen without any necessary for any outer entertainment is living enlightenment. Please understand. If you don't have self-contradicting thoughts, only then you will be able to sit. If you have too many self-contradicting thoughts, you will not be able to sit with yourself. Next 21 days, decide to drill yourself with this one idea. Pick up any one thought. Let that thought become mantra in you. Let that become mantra in you. Please do not change every day one new mantra. No. It should be one thought, one idea. Your mind should not have place for jumping. There's a beautiful story. A Sufi master called Mansur. His name was Mansur and he's a great Sufi master. Sufism is child of Vedanta and Islam. When these two religions, sacred sentiments met with each other, Sufism was born. This great Sufi master, he became enlightened. Because of his joy and ecstasy and enlightenment, he started declaring, Anal Haq, I am the truth. I am God. He is not declaring out of ego. He is declaring out of his experience and he is telling, he is inspiring others to experience. But the king of the country, he was really hurt. How dare this fellow claim he is God? I am the God. At least for this country, how can there be one more guy claiming that he is God? The problem is, king can make others believe he is God only by fear. But enlightened being can make others experience that he is God through deep feeling connection and energy. Energy is 1,000 times more powerful than fear. So naturally, more people have started believing Mansur than this king. This king he started getting insecure, started getting threatened, feeling threatened and insecure. He decided, I have to do something. I have to shut this fellow. He sent many warnings. But Mansur was not ready to keep quiet. He is in his ecstasy, he is just singing. He is oozing out. King directly goes to him once, says, stop saying you are God, otherwise I will kill you. Mansur just started laughing and said, Anal Haq, I am the truth. It's too much. King just cut the head of that master. Story says, the head rolled on the ground, wrote Anal Haq and relaxed. The blood, he wrote Anal Haq, I am the God, and relaxed. Means that one idea became part of his whole being, part of his blood. Even if the head was cut, before losing its life, it was vibrating with this one idea. Anal Haq, I am the truth.